The platform that I've been using in order to make my analysis for Forex and binary trades, it's called Tradingview. And back in 2014 or something like that, I remember that I used to use a platform called freestockcharts.com. There are some people that actually watch that video still nowadays in 2020, and they're always wondering, hey Chris, what is the platform that you're actually using nowadays? And I do think that's a very, very valid question, and that's the reason why I'm actually gonna make this video, where I'm gonna give you a tutorial on the new chart that I use. Well, that's not new, I mean, it's been around for years, but the one that I currently use right now in order to trade, in order to do my analysis on day trading and my strategies and everything that I actually do in this YouTube channel. So hey, if you're new into my channel, my name is Christian and I'm the owner of the BLW online trading channel. And in this channel, we do a lot of software reviews, broker reviews, and just like this one, I give you tips and strategies as to how to make money with online trading. So if you're into binary options, Forex trading, crypto trading, or any type of making money online, the invitation is right there. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. This is the Tradingview website, platform, whatever you want to call it. This is what it is. And I'm actually super excited because this is a platform that, first of all, is available worldwide. Second of all, is actually available web-based, which means that you don't have to download anything. And third of all, it's actually 100% free. So you can use it, you can trust it that the movements in here are actually looking good. For instance, I don't really trust that much MT4. I hate it, to be honest with you. It's not only that I don't trust it, it's that I literally hate it. But many people ask me all the time, like, hey Chris, but what is it if you don't trust MT4 and I'm actually a Forex trader, what should I do then? And here comes the actual real question, right? What platform are you using right now in order to, to analyze the market and to use the indicators and to predict the market itself? So my biggest recommendation is that you use Tradingview. This is 100% free, and I'm not recommended because I want to sell it or anything like that, even though I do have a link in the description of this video if you want to open an account with them. I'm going to give you the benefits of having an account with them, even if it's free or pay, whatever. And you can actually use it mostly to use different time frames, use different windows, and so on. But the link is in the description. Yes, it's an affiliated link. If by any chance during the next 50 years you decide to actually get the paid version, I'm gonna get a small commission, but it's really up to you. You don't have to, honestly, because the free features are more than enough to make money with day trading. So what I'm gonna do right now is, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and give you a walkthrough through the entire system because I want you guys to learn. Well, I'm not an expert on Tradingview, just throwing that out there so that you understand that you're not gonna find like, oh, this is an algorithm that was built in the 1960s. No, I don't know anything about the owner. I don't even care, because what I do is that I actually use it to find my analysis, find my predictions, understand the movements of certain currencies, and so on. It does work for stocks and everything, but we're gonna jump into it right now. But I'm gonna teach you what I know and what I use only. You can learn on your own if you want to, some other extra things out there. But honestly, I'm just gonna teach you what I personally use. So I hope that actually works for you as well. So with that being said, now let's go ahead and jump into it. And the first thing that you got to understand in regards to Tradingview is that once you actually click in the link in the description and go to tradingview.com or whatever. Well, actually, if you go to tradingview.com, if I'm not mistaken, you're actually gonna get to a different page, like a homepage or whatever. So you can actually see the link that I actually have right here, and you can use that link actually to, get there. Once you actually are in there, the first corner and the left corner, these are the tools. First of all, these are the drawing tools, but let me go ahead and go to this area first. I'm gonna start with the top pair. So here is where you can actually look for the pairs that you want to see. You can delete whatever is in there and just look like this for stock, features, Forex, CFD, cryptocurrencies, index, economy, or whatever is it that you're actually looking for. For instance, if you're gonna be trading stocks, then you have Apple Computer in here. You actually click in there and you notice that it's been an uptrend ever since August something, I don't know, right here, whatever. How many pips have Apple Computer has actually gotten? Wow, 13,000 pips. Okay, but that's okay. I don't actually trade stocks. Maybe we should look into stocks. Let me know if you want to learn trading stocks and put it in the comment section below. Maybe I can get into it and find some awesome opportunities to make money there as well. But you need to put it in the comments. So once you actually manage this, you can also write whatever is it that you actually want to make. So for instance, you can put AUD, and then it's gonna show you what do you mean AUD, but you need to put what? AUD JPY, for instance. Now, if you notice it says no symbols match your criteria, is because you're in the stock area. If you go to Forex, you're gonna find it. And if you go to all, you're gonna find everything that is related to that as well. So take a look at it. Once you actually see, okay, I wanna see AUD JPY, you're gonna have these options right here. These are with the broker that you might have connected with Tradingview. I actually have forex.com connected to Tradingview, but I don't really use it that much. To be honest with you, what I do is just use whatever is it. But I do have my favorite ones. For instance, if I go to Euro USD, in the first one, FX CM, I don't have an account with them, but it gives you a list of different charts or windows that you can use. So if I use that one, what I'm actually gonna look at, and I'm gonna go to 1 daily chart. This is what I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see the setup that I already have for that specific one. But let's say that I wanna draw a different setup, but in the same pair, but I want to touch this one. Then you can go to the next one, Wanda, and I have exactly the same settings here. But it's not going to affect. You can go to the third one. Oh, I want to have another one. Then you go to the next one and you can see this one doesn't have that one, and so on. You have plenty of options right here in order to choose. It's going to be exactly the same pair. It's going to be exactly the same features or everything, but you can have some settings for different pairs, okay? For different windows in the same pair. In this area right here, you're going to select the period of the actual candle. Okay, so for instance, one candle right here, I'm in 1 day. So each candle represents 1 day. At the bottom of the page, you can see the date, 21 August 2020. Then if I move to the next one, it's August 20, 2020. Next one is 19 and so on. So if you are a binary options trader, for instance, and what you need is 15 minutes, then you click in here on 15-minute charts. And here you have the 15-minute charts. It's pretty simple, huh? And for instance, one of the things that many people love is actually the 2-minute strategy. You can set the 2-minute strategy in this one, but you do need to have a premium account, which means, what is a premium account? It's basically an account where you actually have a monthly charge or something like that. Let me go ahead and see if I can find. I think my account and billing can actually have something to do with. Okay, my monthly plan is actually monthly pro. It's $14.95, and you can see here where it says what's included. And the basic one, like I said, it includes everything that you need. All right, you don't need to actually pay for it. The reason why I actually pay for it, for instance, is because I have 2 charts in one window. I can actually do that. I have more time frames, custom time intervals. This is what it is. So for instance, if your account is actually a free one, you won't be able to actually get this one for 2 minutes. But if you are in the pro version, for instance, the one that I have, I actually can choose how many minutes I want in the chart. So for instance, I add the 2 minutes right here. 2 minutes can be hours, can be weeks, can be anything. And I'm gonna leave it in minutes, and I add it and it shows right here now. So here, right now, I have a 2-minute candlestick. So that means that I can actually set the 2-minute strategy in this specific window, but that's optional. Like I said, you can use the same specific time frame over here on your IQ option account, but it's just throwing it out there so that you understand that you do have the opportunity. Okay, bottom line. So this is where you manage the interval. Here's where you can actually choose the display of the actual. Let me go ahead and change it to 1 hour. No, let me change it to 4-hour candle. Here's where you can actually change the style showing for the intervals. For instance, candlesticks, hollow candles, hexini. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. These are the, what is it called, bars. I don't use them. I always use candles. You can also use hollow candles, which are exactly the same, but the green ones are actually white ones. I don't know who came up with that idea, but honestly, it's the same thing. Now, this, let me see because I can't pronounce it. Heikin Ashi display. Basically, it's a kind of a cool one because it actually shows you the uptrends and downtrends, kind of easier to understand than the candlesticks. The reason why is because it will show you once one candle actually changes its color. It's basically because it will continue on that trend. So for instance, right here, this one was a green one. Once it changed the red one, the next one is going to be a red one, the next one as well, the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Once you see a green one, then you can close your order. This is, for instance, if you're trading with Forex, right? Or if you're trading with binary options, you can set it for the next 3 candles, for instance. So if this one actually opened right here, then you can set it for the next 3 candles and they're gonna close right here. I don't use them that much because I do different type of analysis, but just to throw it out there, if you're gonna test it, I recommend you to do it on demo, okay? Don't jump into real money like, oh, it's so easy, it's a rank candle, so I'm gonna make a lot of money, and then boom, it goes in the opposite direction like it happened right here. You thought it was gonna be a huge jump and then boom, the next one actually dropped. So make sure you actually test it on demo and you're gonna be fine. The line is the common one. It's the pretty simple one. Nobody likes it, but just so you know, the area kind of looks different. It looks cooler. You know, I kind of like it a lot more because it does show the area, whatever, but it doesn't work for the analysis that I do. The baseline, it's pretty much like the other one, the what is it, the Heikin Ashi candle, candles, because it does show like some sort of resistance level and support level and overall. But don't trust it, all right? Do your own analysis, but I'm just showing you what it is. The Renko, I don't even know what that is. I need to upgrade it, it said. I don't know what this is, honestly. And you can see the other ones, but I would recommend you, wow, it looks like a 80s video game or whatever. You guys already know that I recommend you the the candlesticks, the regular ones, but you can try it out wherever you see that you want to. The compare button, in basically what it is that you can actually compare different movements. Let me see. And also I'm going to compare it with AUD USD. And you do a comparison of the movement of the 2 pairs. Right now I'm actually looking at AUD USD and Euro USD, which are very similar, but I mean, you can take a look at different pairs that are way more complicated or different if movements, and you can check them out. But to be honest with you, it's not like, you know, it's not a big deal. But I wanted to show it to you. Let me just go ahead and delete them. So this is the compare button. Here's a super important tab, which is the indicators. Here's where you can actually choose your indicators. For instance, right now I have as a favorite the moving averages and the MACD. But you can actually look for Bollinger Bands, for instance. You can look for stochastic over here, RSI, and so on. So here's where you actually find the indicators. Some indicators are actually different from the old freestockcharts.com website, but it's actually, I mean, just a matter of you getting familiar with it. This is the area. If by any chance I tell you, hey, you should use this indicator, then you can go in there and check it out. The financials, honestly, I don't use it. I believe it's some sort of news or whatever. I don't use it, so I'm not gonna jump into it. The templates, it's basically where you save certain templates of indicators. So you can save your template for your indicator, name it, custom name it, and then put it. And whenever you want to just trade with that specific strategy with your indicator, you can just paste it. You're gonna find it here, and look over here, save indicator template. So we're gonna go ahead and do it right now. Let me just go ahead and delete all of it. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm actually going to add my indicator. Hold on, moving average with a period of 50. So this is the one. I'm gonna put it in green color, this one right here, and I'm gonna set it. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on save template, and I'm gonna put trending MA50, and I save it. And now boom, it shows right here. So if I switch my pair and go to AUD USD right here, and I want to use the same template, then I just go in here and boom, it's right there. Pretty simple to understand, right? So now let's go ahead and move to the next one. Adding an alert, it works very good when you actually trading binary most of the times, because when you trade in Forex, you can just set up a pending order, right? But when you trade binary options, you can set an alert somewhere, wherever you want. You can do it two ways. You can right click in here and just add an alert, or you can just click in here and type in the actual price of the alert or whatever. I prefer that you actually do it with the right click. It's easier, it's more accurate, and it's gonna be worth it. The replay, I don't use it. Here, you can actually choose the colors or the customization of the actual trading chart. So for instance, I can change it to a black color. I don't like it, so I'm gonna keep it white. You can take a look at the lines and so on. This is pretty much just what is it called? Stylish settings. Now we're gonna jump into this area. This is where you actually see the pips. If you notice, when you move the pips and so on, you can see the pips movements, or you can just go ahead and move this if in case you guys want to. These are the lines that we're gonna be using. These are the actual settings that the tools that we're gonna be using for this. I only use the actual, you can use the arrow if you want to. I prefer to actually use the cross because it does show on top and above, and it shows the dot line that shows basically what I'm actually looking at. And with the arrow, you can actually do it. With the dot, you see the same, but I prefer just, you know, the eraser, I don't really use it. Now here's a very important part. This is a trend line, but this can be customizable. Take a look, I can move it whatever I want. But if you actually go and choose this one right here, the horizontal line, which is the one that I use, is where you can actually draw the levels. Okay, it will draw in the entire pair, so it will be easy for you to actually go backwards and choose what and take a look at it. The other ones, I don't use them. This one, I don't use it either, but you can take it out, check it out. This is the brush or whatever. This is just, again, artistical tool. This is the text. I actually use this when I do my predictions, because what I do is that I actually just select it and type in right here, signal, euro, USD, buy, limit, or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And it gets shown right here. Remember, every time you actually put in a tool, you need to go back to the cross one in order to be able to move it. Otherwise, it's just gonna create a bunch of other tools. Here it is, and then you can see the signal. This one is super important. This one I don't use it. This one is super important. This is what I use when I'm actually trading with Forex most of the time. So for instance, a long position is actually a buy option. A short position is a sell option. So when you select a long position for a buy option, this is what you can see. Let's put it right here. Take a look at it. It actually drew, you can move it right here for example, but it actually, what it does is that it draw a profit area and a losing area. You can move this around whatever you want, but basically it gives you the idea as to where the candlesticks need to be so that you are actually in the money. So right here, when you enter this position, it went in the money. What happens if we actually move this around to this area? You thought like, oh, okay, it's gonna continue jumping, and it did continue jumping. This was the take profit. It didn't reach it, and then it dropped and boom, it touched the stop loss. So it's something really cool that you can use. I use it all the time. I use it all the time, mostly on the predictions that I share on a weekly basis on my Instagram account. By the way, follow me on Instagram. You can see it. I'm using it right now. You can use the opposite, which is a short position, consider a sell position. And let me go ahead and show it to you in USDCAD. I'm actually using it right now. And you see is the opposite. The losing is the top area and the winning is the actual below area, because it's a sell position, right? So that's actually super helpful. This is more for educational purposes. When I'm actually doing tutorials, I use the arrows and so on, but I mean, you don't really have to use it. If you want to, you can just go ahead and use it in order to mark the areas where you're gonna enter the trades or whatever, or if you do tutorials, it could be helpful as well. And this is the last tool that I'm actually gonna show you right now. It's called the measure, and basically it's one of the most important tools in Tradingview. Why? Because it's the one that you actually use to measure the pips that you're making in certain trades. So what you got to do is actually click one, and then move the mouse up or move the mouse down in order to understand how many pips you can make with a certain trade. So for instance, with this one, I'm making 182 pips. I can select the opposite one and draw it up, and I look that I'm actually losing 151 pips if I lose that trade. You can also use it to measure certain, for instance, downtrends or uptrends. Take a look at, let's go ahead and measure this uptrend right here. This downtrend, I'm sorry. It started, let's start right here, and it dropped all the way over here so far. So far it has given a total, and you can see the result right here. It's 1,382 pips on this one. It's just to measure it. It's basically what you do to measure, because otherwise you will need to just enter a notepad and put in the pips and minus this amount of pips, and it's just gonna be a whole mess. So with the ruler, you will just be able to measure the pips. So this is what I use when I use my Tradingview trading platform. This is what these are the tools that I use, the ones that I just mentioned. I hope this video is really helpful for you, because in the end, sometimes we find videos in regards to everything except for the basic tools. And if you're a very beginner, you probably are wondering like, hey, how do I use this Tradingview thing? Everybody talks about brokers and strategies and so on, but nobody tells me how to use Tradingview. So I wanted to make this very basic video in regards to Tradingview. So I hope it's very, very helpful for you. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you found value in it, make sure you smash the like button. And in case you guys have any questions, you can put it in the comments section below. I'll be glad to answer those comments as soon as I can. And thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button, and I'll see you on the next one.